Kia ora, welcome to 160.204, Differential Equations 1 for the year 2020, Semester 2. My name is Luke Fullard and I'm going to be the lecturer and the course coordinator for this paper this semester. So I just thought I'd show you a few things on our stream site that you may like to pay attention to and maybe just get used to what the stream sites are looking like and all the things we have to help you here. So here's the stream site for our differential equations paper. My details are on the left here, so feel free to send me an email about anything to do with the course and I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. If you are on campus and you'd like to have a chat in person, my office is Science Tower B, room 3.14, which I think is quite appropriate for a mathematician. But probably it's best if you want to visit my office is to send me an email first, just so we can organize a good time for both of us. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to lecturing you this semester. So this will be the first time I've taught online. So we're going to have a lot of the lectures will be on-demand videos. So you better watch these at home whenever you get the chance, really. So hopefully this is quite useful for you. Of course, you're always welcome to get in touch with me at any time if you have any questions or if you're struggling with something, and I'd be happy to help. Okay, so I just want to look at a few things in the course guide here. So I hope that you'll have a more in-depth look at this yourselves, but I just wanted to highlight a few things that are going to be important for us this year. So the first thing I would like to look at is the textbook. Okay, so the textbook for this course is Differential Equations with Boundary Value Problems by Zill and Wright. So we are using the 8th edition. I believe there is a 9th edition out now as well. But I think that the differences between even the 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th are not so great. So as long as you have this book, you should be okay. And if you have any questions about anything, again, feel free to ask. So that book, the cover of that book, the 8th edition, is quite stunning. I really like this picture. But this is what the book looks like anyway. So that's the 8th edition. The 9th edition, I believe, looks something like this. And so the publisher, Cengage, if you go to their New Zealand website, you can find the 9th edition of this book. And so you can purchase this rather as an ebook, and I believe that's slightly cheaper. Okay, excellent. So the second thing we need to have in this paper is access to either MATLAB or Octave. Okay, so MATLAB and Octave are both scientific computing software. MATLAB is licensed, or in other words, you'll have to pay a fee. I'm not sure, there may be a free student version, but you might have to check into that. But Octave is definitely free. Okay, so you can actually install Octave on your local machine, your local PC, but there is also an online version of Octave called Octave Online. And I found this quite good for some of the fairly straightforward things we're going to be doing in this class. So perhaps you'd like to sign up to Octave Online if you don't have access to MATLAB. And throughout the course I'll be showing tutorials on how to use MATLAB and Octave Online as well, just to give us an idea of what can be done using these softwares. And you will actually have some MATLAB or Octave questions in your assignments, all three of your assignments. Okay, great. So looking at the lecture timetable, all the lectures for this course are going to be available as on-demand videos. Okay, so my best suggestion to you to study for this course are to watch there'll be 4 online on-demand videos each week. So to watch these lectures look up in the study guide, which we'll look at shortly, look up the relevant section in the study guide pertaining to that lecture, and also look at the textbook in the right section as well, and do the suggested problems out of the textbook. That'll be the best way I would suggest to approach this class. And of course, if you have any questions, get in contact. We will actually have a weekly in-person workshop for those of you who are in Palmerston North. So this will be held Friday 10 a.m. in Science Tower B 3.31. And so if you're able to attend that, then I'd highly suggest coming along to that, because it'll give me a chance to get to know you as well, and give you a chance to ask questions, and we can work through the workshop worksheets together. If you're not in Palmerston North, if you're studying by distance, we're going to look at having some kind of online Zoom chat where we can basically do the same thing, where I can answer any questions you might have about the course or the week's material, and work through any problems that are given in the weekly worksheet. Okay, assessment. So the assessment for this course is given as 3 assignments and 3 tests. Okay, so each assignment, the sum of the 3 assignments is worth 25% of the final course mark. So each assignment is worth 8.333%. The 3 tests are each worth 25%. So they're quite heavy tests in terms of their weighting for the course. I should also say that the 3rd test is going to be run during exam week, and it's going to be run by the university. So we can talk more about that closer to the exam time. Okay, the assessment schedule. So the first assessment is going to be assignment 1. So this is due the 27th of August, which I believe is just before, it could even be the Friday before the mid-semester break. And then shortly after the mid-semester break, we've got test 1. Okay, now assignment 1 is covering topics from units 1 and 2, and similarly test 1 is covering topics from units 1 and 2 as well. Okay, great. So you may like to look through this schedule and maybe note these dates in your calendar, just so that we are prepared for that. Exams, like I said, the exam is just going to be test 3 basically. There is support available for people that might need it. So if you have any issues with the course, probably the first point of contact would be me, so sending me an email or coming to see me. And secondly, there is also some other options or some other resources that you may find useful listed here. Academic integrity, well, we obviously don't want you to cheat, and we do take cheating quite seriously. So if you happen to know somebody else that is taking this course, I'm quite happy that you work together, because you'll learn a lot off each other. But when it comes to the assignments and the tests themselves, it should be your own work, and no cheating, please. Okay, well, there's a lot more information in here that you may like to read through in more detail, but I would just like to take another look at our stream site. So getting started. So what we have here is, we have a link to Octave Online, which you've already seen. We have a study guide. So I think once you've watched the lectures, you really would be beneficial for you to work through the study guide. Okay, so I'm going to drag this over here. And so the study guide is set up in the exact order that I'm teaching everything. So while the lessons may not exactly line up with one lecture, so for example, a couple of these may be 2 lectures, or they may be one lecture may cover a few of these topics. But the point is, you can say, well, today we covered first order separable equations in the online lecture, so I can go to this section of my study guide, and I can say, okay, well, I should be studying this section of the textbook. I zoom in here. I should be studying this section of the textbook, and this section of the textbook too, and answering some practice problems. Okay, and we do have the solutions to these practice problems as well available. And the solutions are in this folder here. Okay, so split into units. It doesn't seem to be in the right order, but okay, you can see Unit 1, Unit 2, and so on. Secondly, there is a MATLAB or Octave for differential equations, sort of a study guide. So if you open up that study guide, and I drag that across here, so we have a manual or a study guide for MATLAB as well. So this will be your first port of call for the MATLAB questions in the assignment. I'll also be doing some online videos for MATLAB as well. So that will hopefully supplement this MATLAB manual here. So for example, if you're asked to draw a direction field of a first order ODE or a first order differential equation, you could go to page 17 of this manual, 15, 16, 17, and it gives you an example of how to do this in MATLAB. So you might like to try this a few times, try some of the examples, and then that should give you a really good head start for your assignment. Speaking of assignments, so as I said, there are 3 assignments, and if you click on any of these links, you can see that there is the PDF file of the assignment here, ready for you to look at and attempt. There's also a really handy video here from Richard Brown, Dr. Richard Brown, who's a lecturer here at Massey. And so this is giving you a tutorial on how to scan your any document really and convert it to a PDF file, because when you do submit assignment 1, we're going to be submitting these online. So we're going to be submitting a digital file of your assignment. It can be handwritten, that's fine, but you need to submit it digitally. And the other thing is it needs to be as a single file. So if anybody has any issues with submitting files or even combining files into a single PDF file, please get in touch at the time. I would also ask the due date for this, for example, is Thursday the 27th of August. I mean, maybe give yourself a little bit of extra time, so maybe in your mind think, okay, well it's due on Wednesday the 26th of August, so that if you do come up with any problems with submitting, you can just get in contact and there's plenty of time for us to work it out. Okay, so we've got 3 assignments, as I say. There are 3 tests, so there's no real information about these tests yet. There's obviously no PDF of the test until I write it and release it to you. But again, the first test will be on the 11th of September. And we'll talk more about the tests closer to the time. Okay, there's a little bit of information about the final exam. Workshops, so every week we're going to have one workshop at the end of the week. And these are going to appear here. So as you can see, Workshop 1 and Workshop 2 are already available for you to look at, but the solutions won't be released until these dates here. And then after the first workshop is completed, Workshop 3 will be released. So we'll always have 2 available for you. So at the moment I only have 6 uploaded, but there will be, I think, 11 eventually by the end of the course. And then finally, when I upload the lectures, the video lectures, the on-demand video lectures will appear in this section here. And so my goal is to have all 4 lectures for the week uploaded by the start of the week. And I'll do my best to stick to that schedule. Okay, well thank you very much for your attention, and I'm really looking forward to this semester. Please don't hesitate to get in contact if you have any questions at all, and I'm happy to help in any way that I am able. Thank you very much.